Hello, dear friends, Namaskar. Welcome to OPSC Achievers Academy. My name is Pavitra Kumar Nayak. आज we have promised you to bring the answer discussion of previous year questions. So today we will start with the question number 1, and up to your mains exam of OPSC OCS 2025 we will practice one question per day. So before we start the session, we need to know the first thing, how to write a good answer. See, answer writing is a skill. Answer writing is all about the representation of facts in such a way that it will improve or it will give you good scores so that you will be selected in the OCS exam. So knowing the fact is just one part of the answer writing. So writing a good answer includes much more than just the content. Okay, so we need to understand first that we need to develop the content, right? Without content we can't write a good answer. But I am repeating the same line that good answer doesn't include only good content. The content you need to represent in an systematic way so that it will attract or it will influence the examiner so that he will give you some extra marks. Getting 4 or 5 marks in a 15 marker is not a challenge. At this stage, if I will give you question, you can write an answer which will give you 4 or 5 marks. But getting this 4 or 5 marks will not help you to get the desired result, or it will not help you to secure a rank in the exam. So why we have started this? Obviously the motto behind this initiative is to help you, is to help the aspirants to bridge the gap that they have content, they are writing the exams, they are preparing the mocks, but due to the lack of the strategy, lack of the presentation style, they are not able to get the desired mark and they are not able to secure the rank that they aim for. Fine. So getting 4 or 5 out of 15 is just a disaster. It will not give you any chance to be in the final merit list. So the minimum mark that you aim for from 15 markers is 8 or 9 plus. If you are targeting 8 marks from 15 and you are targeting 12 marks out of 20, I won't say it will be very good, but it is manageable so that you will able to get a rank or you will able to get a job in the OCS exam. Fine. So in this initiative, the daily answer writing practice, here we will not only discuss about the content of the question, but our intention is not to deliver you the good quality of content only, but also to enhance and improve the writing skills which is required to crack the OCS exam. Fine. So here we will discuss things in a detailed and in a structured way, so that you will able to write a good answer in the exam. Fine. So as it is the day one, we will not go into details, but we will try to see how a good answer is formed. Fine. So the question for today is about the SHANTI Bill. Fine. The SHANTI Bill 2025. First of all, see, whenever you are writing an answer, it must be divided into three parts. One is your introduction part, that you will introduce the examiner that what you are going to write. Fine. In the conclusion part, you will conclude your answer, and in the body part, you will write the significance, the demand of the question, that thing you need to write in the body part of the question. Okay, so we will see and we will discuss how to enhance it. So I will request all of you to watch our videos daily, so that it will be help you to improve your answer writing skills. Okay, so let's start the question of today. That is the SHANTI Bill. The SHANTI Bill is a bill that is introduced in the year 2025. Fine. In the year 2025, it is introduced by repealing two acts here. One is Atomic Energy Act 1962, and another one is the Civil Liability of Nuclear Damage Act 2010. Okay. The SHANTI stands for Sustainable Harnessing and Advancement of Nuclear Energy for Transforming India. So whenever you are starting to write an answer to any GS3 paper, fine, you just write, or you can start with the introduction in such a way that let's suppose the bill, it is discussed about the bill. Fine. See, it is a bill, but it is not the part of GS2, it is the part of GS3. That you need to understand, because it is all about the energy. It is not about the parliamentary things. Okay, it is about the energy sector that is mentioned in your GS3 paper, the energy sector of India. It includes all the form of energy, and as this is taken place in the year 2025, it is a recent one, so they have asked about the bill. So how to introduce? So you just need to write down the full form, that is Sustainable Harnessing and Advancement of Nuclear Energy for Transforming India, that is the SHANTI Bill, by repealing two acts. That is the thing that you need to write. Which two acts they have repealed? One is the Atomic Energy Act of 1962, and second is Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act in the year 2010. Sorry for the background noise, please adjust. Okay, so then after writing the just give me 1 minute. After writing the introduction, we will go to the key provisions that is mentioned under the SHANTI Bill 2025. Fine. There are total 5 provisions. The first provision is starts with end of state monopoly. As you know that some sectors is reserved for the states, like the railway, like the nuclear. It was completely controlled by the state. State means the government here, the central government. It has reserved some sector. Fine. So we need to understand why to end state monopoly. ଯେତେବେଳେ state monopoly ଅଛି ତାକୁ ଆମେ ବନ୍ଦ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, we need to understand what is the cause. देखो, if you are talking about any infrastructure, right? it may be state highway, it may be national highway, or it may be some ports. We are trying to make it under the PPP mode, that is public private partnership. Okay, there are different models, that is BOT model, that is BOOT model, then there is DF, design, finance, build, operate, transfer. Okay, so there are different models. When we will discuss about the PPP model, we will study in detail that part. So PPP model le फायदा कौन अच्छी? Two things. If we will go for PPP, the public, that means the government, and another P is private. Jadi public private मिसिकी गोटे काम करचंदी. Let's suppose गोटे port आमको बनाया अच्छी, and in that port 1000 crore will be invested. गोटे 1000 कोटी टंका दरकार अच्छी. यदि स्टेट 1000 कोटी टंका सेठी इन्वेस्ट करिवो, देन जो बाकी वेलफेयर काम गुड़ा अच्छी, लाइक फ्री मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट, गिविंग द PM गरीब कल्याण अन्न योजना, जो थे हमें फ्री 5 kg राशन पर हेड टू 80 crore पीपल जोड़ा दिया जाउची. ओके, तापई भी तो फंड दरकार ना. तो गवर्नमेंट तापई यदि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर रे हेवी इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दबो, देन वेलफेयर अप्रोच रे ता पाखरे एते अपॉर्चुनिटी रहिबनी कि से वेलफेयर अप्रोच को ठीक रे कर परिबो. फर्स्ट थिंग इज अबाउट द फंड. एंड व्हाट इज द सेकंड एडवांटेज? Second advantage is that private companies has gained expertise in doing the things. आम देखिए जिते भी माने if you will compare the government organization and private organization, the operating strategy of the two offices are different. Fine. एठी जमिति work culture, सेठिकार work culture, the efficiency of two offices, it will be different. And due to that, private companies have more expertise to do certain kind of things. So say expertise जेहेतु government पाखरे नहीं, and government needs more fund to build the infrastructure, government go for PPP. Fine. तो but सब जिनस को गवर्नमेंट प्राइवेट को न देगी किसी जिनस रखिथिला, जेमि आमे कथा होले कि रेलवे जेमिति न्यूक्लियर पावर, because it involves more of risk. Nuclear power plant or nuclear enrichment करिया पे we need proper or we need expert in that field. ता सहित security concerns भी अच्छी. Private company में run for profit only, but government केवल profit देखियो ना, government को security भी दरकार. Fine. So this bill introduced the concept of ending the state monopoly, जोटा कि केवल state, that means the central government जोटा रखिथिला, जोटा से control करथिले, that will be now open for the private entities to build. Fine, they can invest in the building of the power plant, own, that means they will have the ownership, and operate the nuclear power plants. Fine, they will invest in the building, they will own it. So माने मालिक है वैसे, माने मालिक means they will manage it entirely. Fine, they will manage it and they will operate the nuclear power plants, ending the exclusive domain of NPCIL and Bhabini. NPCIL stands for Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, and Bhabini is just the Hindi name of some Bharatiya. Okay, I'm just forgetting the name. Some Navikiya. Okay, the nuclear stands for Navikiya. Okay, Bharatiya Navikiya Vidut Shakti or like that something. Okay, I'm forgetting the name. It is not also important. Okay, under DEA. DEA is the Department of Atomic Energy. DAE actually, Department of Atomic Energy. Okay, so it will be open for the private player to come and invest. Second thing, equity participation. Fine, equity participation. That means private and foreign entities can hold up to 49% of equity. जेमिति गोटे कंपनी रो शेयर अछि ना, सो जिते गोटे कंपनी डिसीजन निया इट विल बी टेकन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ मेजोरिटी तो जहाँ पाखे 51% थी शेयर ही विल बी ट्रीटेड एज द मीन्स तार ही डिसीजन को इम्प्लीमेंट करा जिवो फाइन सो हियर 49% of equity will be given to both the private and foreign entities in the civilian nuclear projects. Civilian means due to energy asle civilian population ko they will be distributed for. Okay, this is all about, the bill is all about to produce electricity using the nuclear power plant. ठीक अछि nuclear power plant रे इटा जो बिल आसी दैट इज ऑल अबाउट टू ऑपरेट द न्यूक्लियर पावर प्लांट सो दैट वी कैन प्रोड्यूस मोर एनर्जी एंड इट विल बी सप्लाइड टू द सिविलियन पीपल्स. द थर्ड थिंग इज अबाउट द स्टैट्यूटरी स्टेटस दैट इज गिवन टू AERB. राइट, AERB स्टैंड्स फॉर एटॉमिक एनर्जी रेगुलेटरी बोर्ड. So here the responsibility is given to AERB. It is given independence and it is separated from the regulatory body of Department of Atomic Energy. ठीक है, तीन टा हेगला. End of state monopoly. Second is equity participation. Third is statutory status for Atomic Energy Regulatory Board. Number 4 is graded liability framework. Okay, we know about the asset and liability. That means इटी आम लायबिलिटी को ग्रेड कर. Okay, how we are graded it? From it replaces the flat liability cap. Flat माने जमती अच्छी कि ओके फ्लैट माने कि सबुतरे गोटे प्रकार रो liability लागियो नो. Here depending upon the investment that they are doing, so it will be graded. Okay, like you see in the जमने हम tax structure अच्छी ना, like 12 lakh पर्यंत their income अच्छी, they will not entitled to pay any tax. तापर एमती अच्छी 12 to 15,000 there is certain 10% or 12% whatever it may be. फिर अच्छी 15 to 24 भीतर आ गोटे स्लैब. ओके, सो दैट इज ग्रेडेड. जेमिति तुम इनकम बढ़ी बढ़ी जीवो से अनुसार तुमरो लाइफ माने टैक्सेस बढ़ी बढ़ी जीवो. सो हियर डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द इन्वेस्टमेंट दैट द कंपनी और द प्राइवेट एंटिटी इज डूइंग, इट इज ग्रेडेड बेस्ड ऑन द रिएक्टर कैपेसिटी, facilitating the entry of SMR, that is small modular reactors. And number 5 is about the dispute redressal. It is very much important. गोटे आमे nuclear energy the power plant बसेबा, fine. So dispute तो हबो तादरे because of investment, because of different interests of different groups. So there will be disputes, and who will resolve that? To redress that disputes, there is an body that is established known as Atomic Energy Redressal Advisory Council. Okay, Council. Atomic Energy Redressal Advisory Council. Sorry, not counseling. Council. Okay, and there is an appellate authority. Jodi AERAC. Okay, Atomic Energy Redressal Advisory Council जदि ताकू रिड्रेस न कर पारला किंबा तार जो ग्रीवांस रिड्रेसल जदि कोनोसी भी पार्टी को फील हैला कि दे हैव डिप्राइव्ड, दे कैन गो टू द हायर अथॉरिटी, दैट इज अपीलेट ट्रिब्यूनल. सो दे विल डील विथ द डिस्प्यूट्स दैट इज अराइजिंग इन दिस सेक्टर. फाइन, पांचटा की प्रोविजन: एंड ऑफ स्टेट मोनोपोली, equity participation, statutory status for AERB, graded liability framework, and dispute redressal. Then coming to the balancing participation with national security. Nuclear आम दुटा जगह यूज होची. One is for electricity production, one is in warhead. ठीक है, nuclear bomb वगैरह. So to balance this with the national security, they have taken some measures. The first one is strategic core reservation. Strategic core reservation. Here the state retains the monopoly. ए जगह रे state ता monopoly को retain रखी छी. को जगह रे? First is nuclear fuel production. Nuclear fuel production, first thing. Second, nuclear enrichment program. Enrichment to improve the energy output from the nuclear fuel. ठीक, uranium enrichment लिखा है, that means the uranium fuel that is used for the power production, it will be enriched. It is a process by which we can extract more amount of energy from that nuclear fuel. Heavy water manufacturing. Heavy water, that is D2O. सुनिथिबो ना, D2O is used as a moderator in power plant. Okay, से chain reaction को control करे. Fine. जो chain reaction हुए, it must be controlled. Otherwise, यदि uncontrolled हो गला, जमती आज इन केस of bomb, ठीक atomic bomb रे कौन हुए? Chain reaction ऐसे अधिक हो जाए. Okay, it is uncontrolled. तो आमको जेतबले nuclear power plant बसेवा को माने we are establishing it, we must control the chain reaction. Fine. To control that, we need moderator, and that is done by different materials. तो ये गोटे तार हला D2O जोटा maximum use करे, that is heavy water. सेटा भी state तार monopoly को retain करी ची सेटी. Fine. State monopoly is also retained in this sector also. Fine. Next time जिबा radioactive waste management. जितबले fuel रू आमे energy काटी दबा, से fuel को जितबले हम disposal करिबा, we need to take some safety measures. Otherwise, ताहादिरू जितकी radiation आसीबो, it will very much harmful to the population. जोटी nuclear power plant अच्छी लोक माने generally protest इतने करंती because of this waste disposal system. Waste disposal एमिति करा जाए, जोटी की radioactive यदि leak है गला, then it will create means कौन कोई बारी वैसे बहुत सारा health problems will arise in that region. आउ ये जो radioactivity चले, ये decay हुआ बहुत time लगे. It will take lots means माने कहते 100 भी नहीं 1000 years पहले लगे होता को decay ही खत्म हुआ पे. Right? So ताकू भी state monopoly रे ताकू रखिला, so that state will regulate it. चार्टा जिनस गला nuclear fuel production करिवो, uranium को enrichment करिवो, because uranium is mostly used in India. आम पाखरे uranium रो ही mining or mines अच्छी, so we need to depend on uranium. Okay, thorium भी आगुट अच्छी, but thorium is mentioned in India. Mostly we rely on uranium. Fine. Then आमे देखले heavy water, D2O, and the waste management. Second is licensing safeguard. License के provide करियो, obviously state दबो, तो एटा भी से माने strict safety authorization रखचंदी. They will check it and they will provide the license to such plants which will obey all the guidelines, or they will follow all the guidelines that is given by the government. So licensing segala. Third question, fissile material control. Okay, fissile material means the fuel. D प्रकार अच्छी process. One is fission, one is fusion. Okay, FUSIN. ठीक. Must know this. Fusion and fission. Okay. So fissile material को government will control. Accounting and custody of spent fuel remain under the Department of Atomic Energy. ठीक अच्छी. Government तीन जिनस को एटी कंट्रोल कला. देखला में कोर जो स्ट्रेटेजिक कोर अच्छी ताकू गवर्नमेंट रखिला, लाइसेंस ताकू भी रखिला, and fissile metal को government will control under the Department of Atomic Energy. Fine. Then we will move to the last part of the question, that is critical examination, or you can say the conclusion. Fine. हमारो लक्ष्य अच्छी, okay, to generate 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy by 2047. Okay, Viksit Bharat by 2047, Viksit Odisha by 2036. So this is the normal एबे जहाँ भी हमारा vision आसुची. Okay, सबू either Odisha specific है, that is targeting to 2036, 2036, because 1936 आम प्रोविंस ओडिशा इज क्रिएटेड 100 years कंप्लीट हम आउ 1947 जेहेतु आम इंडिपेंडेंस पाई तो 2047 विल माने से 100 years आम कंप्लीट हम एंड वी आर targeted that by 2047 we will be turned into a developed country जोटा हमर एबे डेवलपिंग अछि सेटा हम डेवलप्ड हे जाइतिबा सेतबेलको ओके so while the bill unlocks the potential for SMR that is small modular reactors needed for India जोटा हमर इंडिया रे एम अछि केते 100 gigawatt by 2047 but it has some lacuna that is removal of supplier liability. Supplier किए fuel किए कंट्रोल करछि obviously the government is controlling it तो supplier जी अछि तारो liability रहिबा कथा which is not in the place which may dilute accountability यदि supplier liability यदि supplier responsibility हम हटे दबा तारो accountability भी सिटी हटि जिवो furthermore privatizing profits while socializing risk केवल प्रॉफिट को देखले देश चलिबनी ओके वी नीड टू थिंक अबाउट planet we need to think about people then we need to think about profit okay it will be triple P first we need to think about the people planet and profit केवल प्राइवेट रो प्रॉफिट हो बोली यदि हमें socialization or socializing risk बढ़ेबा then it is not a good practice. The government backstops for catastrophic events remain a significant public concern. देखो 1984 रे जेतोला हमर गैस जो ट्रेजेडी हेतिला भोपाल गैस ट्रेजेडी तापर गवर्नमेंट डिफरेंट एक्ट सब आनले कंट्रोल करिया पे स्टार्ट कले बट सेतबेले भी बहुत लोक डेथ हेतिला फाइन गैस लीक जो बट जदि न्यूक्लियर किसी एमती प्रोब्लेम आसो विदाउट प्रॉपर सेफगार्ड्स जहाँ डैमेज हो वी कैंट इवन इमेजिन तो गवर्नमेंट को एसबू जिनस जिते भी माने गवर्नमेंट तार अकाउंटेबिलिटी को मेंटेन करिया दरकार सो दैट वी कैन हार्नेस द न्यूक्लियर पावर विदाउट हैम्परिंग द पब्लिक हेल्थ ठीक जिते आम किसी क्वेश्चन आंसर लिखुं ऑलवेज एंड इट विथ ए पॉजिटिव टोन ठीक पॉजिटिव टोन में रखियो एटा तो क्रिटिकल एग्जामिनेशन थिला तो सी लिखला कि ये प्रॉब्लम अच्छी बट तापर तुम चाहिए कंक्लूजन कर परिबो although there are some challenges are there but the Shanti Bill will help India to achieve its target of getting 100 gigawatt of electricity from the nuclear along with okay eta भी लिखियो खाली एनर्जी पाइले होबो along with it will also okay प्रॉब्लम कौन थी द कंसर्न इज अबाउट द पब्लिक हेल्थ तो सेटा भी तुम मेंशन करियो कि पब्लिक हेल्थ को केमती इंपैक्ट न करिवो ए जिनसटा दैट स्टेप विल आल्सो बी टेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट फाइन सब बेले पॉजिटिव टोन रे तुम ट्राई करिवो कि आंसर को एंड करिया में ओके सो दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे काली सकाळे अगेन यू विल हैव वन क्वेश्चन try to write it down ame evening re discussion kariba okay so today is first class so I know there is some lacuna in my representation fine so jaha bhi writing bagera tike problem achi so we will sort it out very soon we will try to provide you good content so that it will be help you to achieve your goal fine thank you all for watching the video watching the lecture have a great day